No bueno. We're live.
Oh, we are live?
Yes, we're live now. LSU drops a game in the Chapel Hill Regional versus UNC. Tough road ahead. They lose 6-2. Luke Holman did pretty well given, 11 Ks on the day?
I thought it threw really well. I think hindsight's always 20/20, right? But, we left him in for a batter or two too long, I think, and I would have loved to see maybe Griffin Herring get in there against Honeycutt. I know it's lefty-righty, but I still think, Luke at 105-plus pitches was probably not the move after he already clipped them once. And you just saw him throw one too many breaking balls, I think. And that dude, Honeycutt, he's going to be a first-rounder for a reason. Dude's a stud. That was tough. And then that kind of after that deflated it, right? Because we scored 2 runs, then he gave it back. And then after that, it was over. So, yeah, it was tough.
Vance Honeycutt obviously went off twice on Luke. Aside from that, though, he put up a hell of a game. It was pretty. When did they put the first run on the board? The 5th inning?
LSU or
No. UNC.
Might have been before that. No, I think he gave up. I don't know. I don't remember exactly.
4th or 5th?
Yeah.
It was the 4th or 5th. Okay, you pull Luke. You maybe pull him a little bit too late, and then you see Justin Lohr come in, Sam Dutton. Helmers, and then Aiden Moffitt closed it out, right?
Yeah.
Would that have been your lineup? I know you just kind of said Griffin Herring maybe should have made an appearance today.
Yeah, I think we should have went Griffin. When Honeycutt was coming up for that last at bat, Luke got us 6 2/3, and it would have been nice, I think, to kind of just get a fresh arm in there against Honeycutt, seeing him for the 3rd or 4th time. And that's usually what happens, right? These good hitters see a pitcher a couple times in a row, kind of know how they're going to do it. And then, like I said, he threw him that breaking ball a few times, and he was just ready for it. Didn't break as much. And, so I probably would have went Griffin Herring a little earlier, when it was 3-2 and kept the game close and hoping that we were going to score some runs that next inning, kind of keep the momentum going that we had from the inning before, especially if you get that big out, you throw up a big 0. We talk about that, early in the year. Good teams don't give back runs. That was one of the things that, was stressed to me when I was playing ball was – give back runs, right? We just made it 3-2. They walked in runs. All the pressure's kind of on them. If we throw up a big 0 there and then we get back in the dugout as soon as possible, right? That's like, okay, we're striking now. So I think that changes the whole momentum of the game, and that's kind of what we saw there, I think. Speaking
of momentum of the game, we got kind of a halt early in the game when Alex Milazzo slid into second base. They tried to turn a double play, UNC did, and they called interference on Milazzo. They replayed it so many times. Even the announcer said, I didn't see an issue with it. He got down. He got out of the way. I think the call was made because he slid to the right of the bag.
That's what the umpire
absolute
said.
Bullshit. Yeah, I'm going to say that. Jay Johnson was pissed about it. Also, the umpire that made that call was the same guy who was behind the plate yesterday with a horrible strike zone. So just a little bit of context there. But I don't think that completely shelled LSU's momentum, but it is a little bit of in that situation, it's 1st and 3rd with 2 outs. So if you get a big hit right there, you take the lead first. So it would have changed. It could have changed the landscape of the game, the inning, that kind of stuff. But again, it's hard to say that it killed the LSU's momentum, but there was an opportunity there, right? And you kind of have the other teams back against the wall. So, that would have been nice to not have that and let the boys play a little bit and see if UNC could have got out of that. But looking at the chat, what's up, Kirk? BS call. I'm curious if Ashton had issues seeing the ball in the field the whole game. He did. He missed that one that was all the way at the wall. Thought he tracked it and then just didn't have it at the wall.
He also lost that one in the sun and right. He was in right field when that happened. The first in the 3rd inning. Remember that? Where the camera guy didn't know what was going on. Too. But I think that was a sun ball. After that, it was I think whatever happened. I think he was afraid of the wall. I think
it was in the first inning.
It was. It was first inning. Yeah, it was first inning.
That game was really long. Yeah, I don't know what happened when.
Yeah, I've been in the shop for 8 hours today, so it's been a long day.
We're watching all the regional games slowly catch up to LSU because the game was moving so slowly.
Yeah.
Okay, talk about the offense. Yesterday, bats are cold. Thank you, Chase. That's perfect segue right there. You come off a game yesterday where you see bomb. All of our runs are off of home runs. Stephen Milam has 2. By the way, did you know it was from both sides of the plate yesterday?
Yeah, that's what they were saying on TV.
It's crazy. Cool. The first one was from the right. The walk-off was from the left.
Yeah.
Thought that momentum might carry over. UNC's got a good that was their ace or their second guy?
I think that was their ace. Yeah, I think that was their
good pitcher, obviously, but a little less offense today. We left a lot of guys on base. Some guys who tend to come in clutch didn't necessarily do that. Even Tommy White kind of he hit a bloop and he was pissed on first base that it didn't score anybody. It moved everybody, but it didn't score anything.
Yeah.
So a little bit kind of cooling down.
Well, I mean, they weren't super electric yesterday. They hit 4 solo homers.
Right.
So I think that's been kind of the story of the year. We set a record, right, for solo home runs during the year. And we have the pop, but it's like putting the pieces together hasn't been our, LSU's thing this year was, having guys on base at the right time.
Right.
That clutch 3-run homer hasn't been there for them. There has been some opportunities and we haven't done it. They hit clutch home runs obviously yesterday to get to this point, to this game and stuff like that. But they haven't set up the tables for their guys. And then when they did, we haven't taken advantage of it, unfortunately.
Okay, so let's shift to moving forward. This is done, over with. We are now going to be in an elimination game tomorrow at 11 a.m. It's a quick turnaround. You're facing Wofford again, which talk about maybe some of the advantages and the disadvantages of playing the same team again in this regional.
Yeah, well, I think first and foremost tomorrow, I think Wofford has their number 2 pitcher available. He hasn't pitched yet because of the way their conference tournament lined up to get them into the NCAA regionals and that kind of stuff. So that's going to be a challenge for LSU. I think they are going to have the pitching advantage on the mound probably. And you saw the other day that even how they pitched us and they held our bats kind of quiet most of the game. So again, I think the advantage is knowing what they have, seeing their team, understanding how they play a little bit, knowing what to expect now, right? Because they were in a different conference. They played maybe some lesser competition all year, but it is the same game. So they came out there and obviously played with us and really controlled the game, most of the game. And I think disadvantages, they've seen our best kind of. Like they saw Gage jump. They're going to have confidence going into the game. So it's going to be like, all right, throw who you got at us. We kind of beat your guy already, type thing. We just didn't close out the game. So interesting perspectives, I think, all around. But I think, LSU definitely has their work cut out for them tomorrow. It's going to be a long day, even if they, do win both games. Or if they got to win the first one, honestly. That's going to be a challenge in itself. And it's a quick turnaround too, right? They just finished this game. It's 8:40 on the East Coast, and they have a 12 o'clock start on the East Coast. It's 11 o'clock our time, right? So that's a quick turnaround for the boys.
Now, I will say this. When we saw them playing every day in the SEC tournament, they kept it going kind of. It didn't seem like the quick turnaround kind of thing was a problem for them. So maybe that's an advantage just to keep pushing through. That's what I'm.
Yeah, I like the positivity.
That's what we're going to be positive, and we're going to roll with that. The other thing, yes, pitching advantage, I think, goes to Wofford solely because 1A and 1B, like you've said all season, Gage Jump, Luke Holman are not available. You're left with hopefully Kate Anderson. If you've watched this show all this season, you know that Anthony is calling for Kate Anderson to start the game tomorrow. Will it happen? Probably not.
I'm going to go ahead and say that he's not going to.
It's going to be Nate.
I'm going to go ahead and say that. I don't care I don't know who it is going to be, but I know it's probably not going to be Kate Anderson. That's what I do know. Do I want it to be Kate Anderson? Should it be Kate Anderson?
Yes. Yeah, I think it's going to be Nate tomorrow.
Yeah.
But you're going to have to piece it together and string it together. And they've done it before. We saw the SEC tournament go incredibly well for LSU, piecing the bullpen and using pitchers strategically. They're going to have to do it again for hopefully 3 games, right? Because if they beat Wofford tomorrow morning, they'll turn around and play in the championship against UNC. Yeah. And if they win that one, they'll have to beat UNC twice. That next game will be on Monday. So like you just said, work cut out. I don't think it's impossible. I think it's going to be extremely hard given the matchup. But another advantage I do think is that LSU, I feel like when they've proven in the postseason at least, and when the pressure is kind of on, they're capable of stepping up. It's just a matter of doing it. I don't see them losing tomorrow morning. I'm going to be honest with you. Knock
I'm
on wood. Knock on wood.
I'm not saying I think they're gonna, but I wouldn't honestly be surprised. I'm not, again, not being negative. I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised. That's all. I think this was a huge game for them. I think they expected to win this game. I think a lot of people thought they were going to win this game. I think pitching your ace and getting
Getting money on it.
Huh? I did. Yeah, I lost. Yeah, it was not good. Yeah, it was not good. Yeah, so that was not good. Yeah, I played the +1.5 too, so I had them as not losing by more than 2, and they did. So. Yeah, thanks for bringing that up.
Sorry.
But yeah, no.
I'm sorry.
I'm probably going to stay away from betting LSU tomorrow.
It's unpredictable tomorrow.
But I've done well in the other games, so there's some other games that are still going on. This is my favorite time of year, watching college baseball. I think it's so interesting how different conferences, different players, different teams rise up. They go to these different places. They play out their asses, and they have crazy comebacks. We saw South Carolina do it yesterday. I mean, it was so fun. Yeah.
Comeback games yesterday, and you kind of pointed it out that the smaller underdog schools hit it hard at the beginning, and it's adrenaline, and they're pushing through, and then towards the end. And it was a lot of the games around the 7th, 8th inning where you saw the team that was favored come out on top and then just break it open. Who scored 18? Arkansas.
Yeah, that was wild.
Was down, and then I turned around after one inning, and
7 or something like that. You're just like, what happened?
College baseball, postseason.
Yeah.
College baseball. Kirk's saying Cade Hurd game 2 if we get there.
Cade and Hurd?
Yeah. Thatcher and Cade.
Not having Little hurt in this game.
Christian Little has an oblique injury, right?
I think so. I think that's what they said. Abdomen, oblique. Yeah, is what I heard.
Not ideal. No.
Not what you want. No. He'd been kind of a guy for us out the pen. I don't know what he would have done today. I don't know if he would have been an answer anyway. I don't know. I think, again, we should have went Griffin Herring, probably our guy. He was available today. Put him in that situation when it's 3-2 against their best hitter, or the guy that's obviously leading their team and stuff like that. So, but I don't know how much he would have helped. But obviously, not having that arm is huge. Yeah.
These are the cards we're dealt, so we have to play it out. So let's just play the hypothetical. If LSU wins this regional, who do you think they face?
West Virginia. I told you. I think West Virginia is playing in their winners bracket game tonight. They're the favorite to beat Grand Canyon.
So it's Grand Canyon. Arizona's out.
Arizona's
eliminated.
out. That's crazy.
That
2-Q.
Wild.
2-Q at their own regional. That was wild.
So DBU, West Virginia, and Grand Canyon.
And Grand Canyon are left. The winner, obviously, will go to the region. Will go to the final tonight. I think it's going to be West Virginia. And then Grand Canyon and DBU will play tomorrow to see who plays West Virginia. West Virginia has a top 5 pick on their team. So, that's always kind of favorable and he's an offensive guy. So in these kind of formats, when he's getting a lot of at-bats and getting up there, I think that kind of stuff helps that team. Yeah.
Okay. Can LSU host the Super?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think they do, honestly, especially if DBU, West Virginia, or Grand Canyon, they're not going to, no offense, they're just not going to send a super regional to those 3 schools. No. LSU is going to host. So, but we got to win 2 games.
I know.
We got to win 3 games now. We got to win. I know. Hypothetical. Yes. I think we win. I think we host. Yeah.
I think it is going to be super.
Which is what we talked about from the beginning. We kind of thought Arizona was going to lose this regional. Everybody kind of was right about that. So yeah.
I think
it's like South Carolina's about to get going to losers bracket.
We have all the games up behind the screen. NC State.
Wow, big win for NC State.
Shit.
I know. We had them. We had them in a crazy parlay for them to win their regional, but that's not my big money regional one. That
was our $5 fun.
Yeah, we put six schools, 6 regionals in a parlay.
South Carolina just lost to NC State.
Yeah, but they could win 2 tomorrow. You never know. But yeah, North Carolina State's sitting. Yeah, North Carolina State's sitting in the driver's seat in that one now.
Mississippi State and Virginia tied at 4, bottom of the 8th.
Yep. I feel like Mississippi State's tied in late innings every single day, like every game, even the SEC tournament, like every time they were in it, they know how to win late in the game. So I feel like Mississippi State's going to win this game, even though it's at Virginia.
What's the update?
That guy missed the ball by fucking 3 feet on that.
What's the update on A&M? It just popped up in the corner.
They're starting at 8.
Okay.
So they're starting in 13 minutes.
Back.
That's going to be a good one. Texas and Texas A&M. At Texas A&M, that's going to be a good one.
That is a good one.
Yep.
We'll be watching college baseball. Going back to LSU, it's going to be incredibly important that they stay focused on the present game. I don't think they're going to get ahead of themselves just because I think they're aware of the pitching, not issue, but matchup, and knowing that Wofford has the advantage there. I think they're going to be very focused on tomorrow morning's game and take it one game at a time. And they've said that throughout the season, focusing on one game at a time. But I even think we need to do that too. I'm talking about super regionals, and we're fighting for our life.
I'm going to be here glued on the TVs at 11 a.m. tomorrow. So, yeah, we'll be finding out real quick. I think they got to come out and they got to score runs early. Like, they got to be up 4-0 in the third inning, like, for them to win this game. I really do, because I think it could be one of those ones that we win 10-8 or something like that. But I think they're going to claw back. We're going to give up runs. They're going to score runs. They're a scrappy-ass team. They steal bases. They proved that the other day. So, I think we got to jump on them quick. I really do. Hopefully the bats come up. They're awake early, and they know what they got to do. So
LIU and UNC was crazy last night. Yeah, UNC walked it off. That was wild. Yeah, but
and first it was like LIU was down 1. They scored 4 to go up 3. Then North Carolina drops a 7 spot in the bottom of the 9th. That's after. Yeah, that was absolutely wild. It really was.
And then
that was a wild game.
ECU and Wake today. Yeah, Wake's out.
Yeah, that was a fun game to watch. Yeah, the way they went back and forth too. That was a nice pitching matchup too. Yeah, that's crazy that was an elimination game too. I don't think anybody expected that. Yeah,
no,
that
not
was,
at all.
Yeah, everybody was expecting that to be the primetime game tonight to be watching. 2 top 10 picks going at it with Chase Burns and the guy from ECU.
Okay, you good?
I'm good. We'll be back.
Quick turnaround. We'll be back tomorrow. So
we'll be back here watching it at 11.
Give me I'm going with Nate on the mound tomorrow. Is that your prediction?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what Jay Johnson does. I don't know. It's like he's Jay. He does what he wants to do. But
fair enough.
Yeah, I told you. I think Cade Anderson should. I don't understand why.
You think Cade should, but I think it's gonna be Nate.
It's probably gonna be Nate.
Do we see Cade tomorrow?
Who knows? He's been using him for like one batter. I don't understand why. Again, do we see Cade? I'm like, we should be seeing Cade as our third starter.
We should be.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't know why he's not using him. So it's like I don't have an answer of when we're gonna see him.
All right. Well, hopefully it's in the second game tomorrow.
Yeah, that would be sick.
What if he started the
I think that would be so fitting
part
for
one
me.
of the championship.
That would be so satisfying for me that he starts game 1 and they win. He goes like 6 1/3 and shuts them out or something like that. And I'm like, see, this motherfucker should have been pitching the whole year.
We're manifesting that right now. You're gonna beat Wofford.
We're gonna clip every single time that I said Cade Anderson should be starting for 9 weeks straight.
All the Beyond the Boxes where you were calling for Cade to start a game. We're just going to make a compilation of that and put it out there and just tag Jay.
Yeah.
We love you, Jay.
Yeah.
Just giving you
all love, Jay. All love.
All right. Back
but Jay, seriously,
tomorrow.
go get that kid from Indiana, too, if you are watching.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I forget his name already. Connor Foley or something like that.
Again, we have all the games up in Cards and Culture. And
Connor
Indiana.
Foley. That's who needs to be our Friday guy next year.
Okay, give context.
Connor Foley, 6'5" righty from Indiana, came out throwing 96 to 98 against Tennessee. He got a little gassed because he gave up like 9 runs in 3 innings, but dude's stuff was absolutely ridiculous. So I'd love to see him in the purple and gold. Maybe get him in the transfer portal. Somebody give him some NIL money. You know how all that free agency stuff works nowadays. It'd be great. Yeah.
Anthony tweeted. Did you tag him?
No, I didn't tag him.
No,
but I followed him right before that, so maybe he would see it.
Yeah. Like, who is this?
He doesn't have a lot of followers. Get out of here, Indiana baseball player.
He's definitely going to see it. But also, Anthony's beefing with an Indiana.
I was not beefing. Yes. He clapped at me. Oh, there you go. Nice catch. It's still not on, by the way.
It's fine.
That last leg.
It's cool. Our ring light was about to.
That was a nice catch. I wish I was on camera. That was pretty impressive. Yeah. But yeah, Connor Foley, he's coming to LSU. Yeah. Some beat writer from Indiana tried to clap at me saying that this is what's wrong with college baseball. So I reserved. I was nice. I didn't get after it. Like a pro. I didn't get after him. We had a nice conversation. Cards and Culture.
NIL.
I know. I don't know if I'm allowed to do that, but if I could, that's a guy that I would pay and be like, hey, you need to get here. Not pay, like under the table, like be like, hey, let's do a deal. Let's do something. Get you some money in your pocket so you can leave Indiana and get over here.
He was throwing heat. Just
dude, he looked great. He looked great. Yeah, no, that's what we looked up his stats, and the dude has walked 42 guys in 60 innings. So yeah, I mean, he's not afraid to put some guys on base with a free pass, but he doesn't give up a lot of runs because he's got good stuff after that, and he strikes out a lot of guys. So we just got to hone in the command. I've already broke down his mechanics. Yeah, he's 6'5" and probably 19 years old. I get it. I was there. It's not easy to repeat your delivery. You know,
just slide in the DMs. Be like,
hey, dude, you ever thought about coming to LSU?
Do it after they lose. After they lose, put it in there.
I'm not gonna do that. I think I get in trouble for that. Can I?
For DMing somebody, you're not actually recruiting. You don't work for LSU.
I don't know. I know, but I do a lot of stuff at the university. Former player.
Just DM him and tell him good season.
I know.
Get him to have a good taste.
I tried that with Walt. Who's the kid that went to Florida that just got drafted in the first round by the Braves? No. Hurston Waldrep or whatever. He was a pitcher for Florida last year. He was their Friday guy and went in the first round.
What did you do? You DM'd him?
Oh, he pitched for Southern Miss against LSU in the Super Regional, and he was freaking filthy. And I DM'd him and was like, let's see what I said to him.
Are you gonna go read your DMs?
Yeah.
Tell him to watch this episode. We're just gonna send him the link to this show.
This kid right here, Hurston Waldrep. Let's see.
Did he answer you?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, look.
Oh my God! Wait, show the camera. He straight up DM'd. Okay, read it.
Yeah.
Read it.
I DM'd him. I said, "Big man, that was fun to watch you pitch tonight against my Tigers. Stay focused, keep learning always, and treat everyone right on the way up. You're gonna pitch in the big leagues for a long time, homie. Really appreciated watching you compete tonight. All love." And he said, "Thank you, means a lot." So so I'll go back and I'll go follow old boy and what did I say his name was? Connor.
Shit. It's
Connor Foley. Connor Foley. I'll follow him on Instagram too.
Okay, just start as we watch all the postseason games, maybe the guys who aren't in the SEC and do really well.
Yeah, that's what
I'm gonna do some research, look at their stats, and then shoot them a DM like that. Unofficial recruiting for LSU.
Oh, look, there he is. Boom.
Follow. Yep. He doesn't have a lot of follow, y'all.
Oh, he's got 700 on Twitter. He's definitely gonna see mine.
We're documenting this.
Yeah, this is great. He's coming to LSU next year. Look. Exclusive merch from the Indiana NIL store. Come on, bro. Get the LSU. Purple and gold looks better than the gray and the red.
All right, if y'all have players you think should be on LSU's roster, let us know. I'll tell Anthony, and he'll just shoot the DM, and we'll get it going.
I play for the long game. These guys are going to pitch in the major leagues for a long time, and I could be like, "Yo, I saw you on the TV during the regionals, and I knew you were going to be a good pitcher, and so I thought it was cool."
I kept it.
Yeah, exactly. See.
I sell your cards in my shop.
I do have a bunch of Hurston Waldrep cards. I do.
Actually?
Yeah, I swear. We have because he just came. All his cards are this year. He was in Dylan and Paul's class.
That's pretty sick.
So I had some. Yeah, I saved some. Yeah, the kid's gonna be nasty. I'm telling you. Watch it in 3 years, 4 years. He's gonna be one of the best pitchers in the big leagues. I'm serious.
Y'all heard it.
Yep.
Does Shohei have a degree?
Does Shohei have a degree?
Shohei.
I think maybe he come back to LSU, but I think he's doing all right. 700 mil.
I don't. Yeah,
he's fine.
He's good. He's good on that.
I don't know if I'm gonna entice him. See, Indiana, the LA Dodgers, 700 million, playing in front of 48 people at Indiana, not the same. Yeah, a little easier to recruit Connor.
All right, let's focus on this season though. For real, we have a big game tomorrow, elimination game. The season could be. I hate to say it, could be over tomorrow. You know, it's crazy. I was thinking about this today. It's like we did a 180, and I was so confident. You told me, should I bet on LSU? And I was like, yeah, they're going to win.
Yeah, I don't know why I asked you.
Had you asked me that 4 or 5 weeks ago, I would have been like, no, I'm ready for the season to be over. I will admit it. Now we're right there. The season might be over tomorrow, and I'm kind of sad about it. But there was a point. There really was a point where I was like, all right, wrap it. Let's get on with this.
Yeah, I was a little excited. I thought they were going to make a little run to Omaha. It's not over. The boys. I know. Sorry. I just felt really confident. I felt confident going into tonight's game. I was like, we're going to beat North Carolina too, and we're going to move on. So, not that it can't happen, but it's going to be a lot harder.
No,
it's going to be a lot harder.
I think this makes for the storyline. I like this storyline.
Yeah.
You don't win the SEC tournament, but you make it to the championship. Now you have to fight your way out of the regional to hopefully host a super regional, which no one expected a couple weeks ago.
And we host a super regional, we're going home.
If LSU goes to Omaha, are we going to Omaha? Can we just do a Beyond the Box at Rocco's?
I'm sure we could.
Jello shots?
I'm sober for 4 months now, so no.
They're horrible Jello shots anyway. No offense. But if you've been to Omaha, you know they're bad. You can say they're bad. Sorry, Rocco's. All right, let's wrap it. We'll be back tomorrow. LSU, Wofford?
I don't know. Wofford? Wofford doesn't sound right, though.
Wait, they're the
Wofford?
Terriers?
Is it Woe or Woo?
I don't know. The
Wofford?
Analysts have been saying Wofford, but
I think Wofford's it.
Okay, well, LSU Wofford elimination game tomorrow, the Chapel Hill Regional. Hopefully LSU comes out on top and then faces UNC back-to-back, or not back-to-back, but tomorrow night and then hopefully Monday night.
Yep.
All right. We appreciate y'all, and we'll see y'all tomorrow, hopefully after game 1 of the day. Peace.